She would rather have the power and I have my peace. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ndumi, so preferably known as Ndumielevated, and welcome back to Ndumielevated's YouTube channel. In today's video, as you can see by the title, it's a story time, and the story time is about surviving a toxic work environment. So let's get into it. So for the purpose of the video, I am going to give the people that I'm mentioning in this video names so that they don't come for me. Not that I'm scared of them, but so they don't come for me. Okay, so this happened in 2023, I think. I was in a group chat. I'm still in that group chat, and they plug each other. There's this group chat where they send job posts every day or every week or every once or twice a week. So I saw this job post. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try it out. And the job post was a position that is at an internet cafe as a shop assistant, and it was not far from where I stay. So I'm like, oh, okay, no, let me try this out. Right, I applied, and then 2 days after, they called me. They're like, girl, come for an interview next week Monday. I'm like, okay. Quickly, I was so excited, guys. This was my first big girl job. So I'm like, fresh out of high school, by the way. Like, you know, I worked as a netball coach before, but like that one was like a proper job for me, you know. And then I went to the interview. The day of the interview came. So excited. I was so excited, guys. Like, yo, I remember telling my mom, like, you know what, this is my first big girl job. I'm gonna buy you a house, girl. I don't know what I was thinking, but okay, fine. I got dressed. Like, I remember I was wearing a nice dress, a black and white dress with my coat, a black coat with my cute Nana heels, small heels. I'm like, I want to, you know, first impressions, you know, things. I want to make sure that they never forget me. Then I arrived, and immediately when I arrived, I'm like, am I in the right place or I'm lost? Honestly, I don't think, what is happening? Am I the only one here or what? Because when I looked around, the ladies that were also there were wearing so casual, like just sandals and, you know, like Crocs. Like, it was so chill. Like, I'm like, am I overdressed? I literally felt out of place. I'm like, maybe I overdid it. I was too excited. But then they let us sit down, and they're like, you know what, there's a quiz for you. I did that quiz, and I finished the quiz, and they're like, okay, you did well in your quiz. We'll call you when we want you to come back and actually work. I'm like, okay. I left. I went home. I told my mom, so excited. I'm like, you know, I felt out of place, but you know what? I made sure that they never remember me. They never forget me, because I remember I had my afro then, so I combed up my afro, and I'm like, let's go, girl. Yeah, I was so excited. Then I think it was a week after, because I had even forgotten about it. I'm like, maybe they're never gonna call Ushabu at this point. What can I do? But they called, and I'm like, like, girl, you are starting on Monday. I'm like, okay, thank you. I'm like, what should I bring? Should I bring my ID? Should I bring, like, I was so excited. They're like, okay, no, bring this and this and that, and just come to work on Monday. I'm like, okay. Got there on Monday, and I met this girl and this other guy. So for the context of this video, the girl's name, we'll call her Teboho, and then the guy's name, we'll call him Temba, right? So it's Temba and Teboho. Those are the first people that I was introduced to the shop. Then they're like, okay, welcome, and stuff like that. So Temba was so nice, guys. Like, yo, Temba, he made everything so easy for me. He's like, no, this is how you do things. This is how this and this and that. So Teboho was the supervisor, right, at the time. So I'm like, okay, but she was a bit offish, you know, in the beginning. But I'm like, you know what, no, I mean, it's just early days, so let me not think otherwise, right? But Temba was so sweet. Like, he helped me with everything. He's like, okay, what do you know about a computer? I told him. He's like, okay, what else do you know? I told him. He's like, okay, in here, this is what we do. This is what we mostly do, because he was teaching me the things that are mostly difficult that I should be able to remember, because most customers, when they come in, they want those specific things. So I'm like, okay, I got the hang of a lot of things, and within a week, I was flowing, right? Red flag number one. My mom asked me when I get home, I tell her how it went, and she's like, okay, where's the contract? Then I'm like, oh, contract, they didn't say anything about contracts. And she's like, girl, no, if you're working somewhere, you should have a contract, somewhere where you sign. Sorry guys, somewhere where you sign and say, hooray, I'm working as this and this and this, there. She's like, you can't just work without a contract. And I'm like, okay, mom, maybe they're gonna give it to me. Like, relax, girl, like, let's give them some time. The first month, I don't get paid, right? So I'm like, what is this? I approached the supervisor. I'm like, girl, I didn't get paid, what's happening? Like, she's like, no, you're on probation. I'm like, but still, like, you're supposed to give me something. I come here with a taxi, and that's money, it's not for free. So what's happening? And at the interview, I was not told that. So you told me that I'm employed, like fully employed, and I don't know anything then. So I'm like, okay. She brushed it off. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'm gonna get my money. When I get my money, I'm like, what is this? Like, what is this? Like, honestly, I'm like, what is this big job things? Is this working girl things? No. I don't think so. So fine, I'm like, you know what, it's okay. They gave me the money. I was not impressed whatsoever, and I ended up even going to work. I ended up working to work, because that money, that was ridiculous. But anyway, months went by. I think 2 months, because I only stayed there for 3 months, and I was done. The second month, the same thing. I'm like, what is happening? They're like, girl, we're still on probation. We still want to see how you work. I'm like, but you know how I work now. It's been a month. What's happening? I really need to get paid proper money. I can't be, no, I'm not your fool. Like, honestly, right? This was about the second month when they gave me, like, no, diabolical money. Honestly, fine. The supervisor, this girl, she had a tendency of having her phone in the shop. Like, while we were busy with clients, with customers, she would have her phone there, talk to her boyfriends and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, so this is what we do here, but I didn't talk to my people on the phone. I just used my phone under the desk. But if I attend customers, I would be open to attend customers and stuff like that, not being disrespectful. Fine. Then we had a complaint, right? We had a group of the managers with Temba, Deboho, and I, and the other supervisors, and the managers that were hardly there even. But yeah, they came. They had a group, and they mentioned in the group that, guys, this thing of you guys having your phones on, we are watching you on the cameras, so you need to be very careful, because it's against policy. You're supposed to be putting your phones at the back and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. We started putting our phones at, Temba and I, we started putting our phones at the back when we come into the shop. Then Tebogo, our supervisor, she continued using her phone. I'm like, okay, what is this? Like, I know that she's our supervisor and stuff, and we should respect her, but at the same time, you are also working, and there are customers that want to be assisted, yet you are on the phone video calling your boyfriends and stuff. I'm like, what is this? That would piss me off. I'm like, what is this? I feel like this is favoritism. I mean, why when we do it, it's wrong? She's supposed to be leading by example, because she's a supervisor. We're supposed to be seeing from you that this is how things are done, right? Fine. Then there was this other time, Temba and I, like, we had shifts, right? The other shift, it was me and Teboho. The other shift, it was Temba and I, right? Temba and I, that evening, I think, yeah, we were on for the night. It was a night shift. Yeah, I don't remember quite well. So we forgot to throw away the bin. So that bin was office bin. I don't know if you guys know it. That small bin, I'll put it up here, like a small bin, like as office bin. Like, yo, it was small, but it was full of papers. So we forgot to put that out. What we do is when you knock off, you're supposed to be clean the shop. So we cleaned and we were done. Tebo and I. So yeah, then we left. So we forgot to, we locked up the shop, then we left. So we forgot to take out the bin, right? Sharp. And mind you, it was my first time forgetting to take out the bin, ne? And also another thing that I didn't mention, as I mentioned, that Teboho didn't help me with anything ever since I started working there. Like, she was just, I had to ask things like, how do you do this? How do Temba would show me, like, this is how you do things, this is how we operate in here, this and this and that. What else do you want to know? He would show me this is what. But when I'm on shift with Teboho, like, she would just look at me and see, don't you know? So as I mentioned that I walked to work, ne? The following day I was walking to work, something just says, check your phone, girl. I check my phone, ne? I go into the group, I see a message. Yeah, you guys are being disrespectful and what. I'm like, disrespectful? Like, when did we get here? When did we get here? How I see, when I go scroll up, I check, oh, those are the managers saying that we're disrespectful, we don't respect our supervisor and so on. So I was confused in terms of like, what's happening? What did we do? Right? So I scrolled up. Then that's when I saw the pictures. So she took pictures of the bin, that office bin, and sent it in the group of managers and mentioned that we don't respect her. Every time she tells us to do things, we don't listen to. Okay, guys, so that was my first warning because of that office bin. And I'm like, what pissed me off is the fact that we work with her. She has our numbers. She went to an extent of telling the managers and not warning us first. Mind you, this was my first time forgetting to throw an office bin. She should have just said, girl, yesterday you forgot to throw out the office bin. But she's like, no, I'm not gonna make your life miserable. When I got to work, I'm just like, I'm done with this girl. Like, I was so mad. I'm like, you could have just texted me and told me next time don't forget to throw the office bin. Now she's mentioning it like we don't listen to her at all, we don't do the things that she tells us to do. I'm like, where does this come from? Fine, it's our lunch break. At our lunch break, I tell him, I'm like, can we please talk? Fine, we talk. He comes at the back where we have our lunch. I tell him, I'm like, Kante, what's happening? Oh, when she went to lunch, that's when we got a chance to talk. I'm like, what's happening? He's like, I also don't know. But he's like, girl, you need to be careful. This girl is like this. She always does this. You're not the first person like for her to be doing this to you. You know, she's used to doing these things. She made me get a lot of warnings, and that's why I'm at the edge of getting fired. You know, I'm like, why is she doing this? Then he's like, I don't know. I don't know if she has jealousy of the fact that maybe we are in school, or I don't know. I don't know what's her thing, but this is her thing. I'm like, but this is crazy business, you know. I'm like, cool, I let it slide. Shapo, during the week, she does the same thing, the thing of the phone. She does the same thing. She starts being mean to us. We don't talk to her, guys. Ne? We avoid her by all means, right? I avoid her personally. I don't know about Temba, but like, because she even changed our shift so that I can work with her. Temba can work with her. Yeah, not me working with Temba, you know? So I wouldn't see Temba as much because she changed our shifts. Fine, I don't talk, guys. I'm trying by all means because I'm working on eggshells at this point. My thought was like, you know, one mistake, boom, what are we thinking? Now I'm gonna get fired, like for real, you know. And I don't want to ruin it for me, you know. So I'm like, keeping quiet. Fine. She tells the managers that we are giving her silent treatment. I'm like, what do you want from us? Like, what does she want? Yo. I'm like, the only reason why I was like, you know, keeping my distance from her is the fact that I was afraid of getting in trouble, because any little thing the managers know already we are in trouble, we are getting warnings. I'm like, girl, no, right? She starts complaining about every little thing that we do is a complaint to her. Fine, close to month end, I think. Yeah, or after month end, I think, because I remember before I left the job, I got paid before month end. Ne? Fine, it was a shift for me and her, right? Afternoon, like not even late. Go in, fine, I work. So, guys, if you know when you work at a till, ne? So there was a key for the till, right? So I opened the till. I was assisting a customer. So I opened the till, I gave him the change. Then I closed the till, ne? Right? When I look for the key for the till, it's gone. I'm like, where did this key? Oh, I'm not going crazy. I was here. There's no way that I went. Like, how would I even steal a key for the till? So I asked her, I'm like, didn't you see the key? She's like, no, I didn't. You had the key. I'm like, I start looking, guys. I start going crazy. I'm like, no ways. She's like, girl, you need to find the key. Otherwise, I'm gonna report you to the supervisor. I'm like, I'm looking for it, for heaven's sake. It's not like I stole it or anything. And I was here, like on the till. Like, how can the key just disappear like that? Like, guys, even today, I feel like she took the key and hid the key because she knew it was gonna get me in trouble. But I'm like, good, well and good. I left it. I looked for it. I started panicking. She calls the manager. She's like, yeah, Ndumi says here she lost the key and now she's busy looking for it, and now customers want to be assisted. So what should we do? They like, put her on the phone. I'm like, I can't find the key. They're like, did you take it? Did you put it in your bag? I'm like, how? I was here at the till. Like, how can the key just disappear like that? I didn't even go on lunch. Nothing, guys. I didn't even eat that day. Yeah, so I was just confused. I'm like, where did that key go? Right? So I'm stressed. I'm like, what should I do? I'm like, it was my time to knock off. Like, I looked for it until my time to knock off. I'm like, it's my time. It's 6 o'clock. It's my time to knock off. I still can't find the key. So I tell him, like, what are we going to do? Right? I texted the manager. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Should I leave or should I wait here? They're like, okay, have you found the key? I'm like, no, I haven't found it still now. He's like, okay. Then I'm like, okay, I'm leaving because it's my time to knock off. So what's gonna happen? Like, are you guys gonna check the cameras or what? Then he's like, okay, cool, you can leave, right? Fine. I tell him, like, no, the manager said I can leave. She's like, no, you're not going anywhere until you find that key. You better not go out of that door. She's screaming at me, guys, like screaming. She's screaming at me. She's not even talking to me properly. She's screaming at me. Mind you, there are customers waiting and looking at us. Right, while she screams, I'm like, don't talk to me like that. She's like, no, I'm telling you that you're not going anywhere. Don't disrespect me. I'm like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm looking for the key. Like, it's not like I took the key. I didn't eat the key. I didn't do anything to the key. And I told the manager that I'm leaving. It's my time to knock off. Like, what am I supposed to do? She's like, yeah, you're being disrespectful. Like, you filthy little girl. I'm like, guys, I lost it. I took my bags. I left that place and I never looked back. Because I chose my peace. I was like, I'm not gonna deal with this. I left and I never looked back. And so I got to this game. Then I bought a few things. I think I was buying something for my son. I even forgot what I was going to buy at this game. That's how angry I was, guys. She pissed me off. I wanted to even hit her. Like, I wanted to start a fight. That's how heated it was. But I'm like, you know what? It's not worth it. She's not worth it. She's not worth my peace. She's not worth anything. I don't owe her anything. So I cried, guys. I broke down. I was so angry to a point where I even shivered. Like, I've never been so angry my entire life. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna deal with this. First of all, this place doesn't even deserve me. They don't even pay me well. So why am I even here? I called my mom. I was crying. She's like, girl, calm down. Like, maybe, she's trying to test you. I'm like, girl, no. I don't care if she's testing me or what, but I'm not gonna stay here. I choose my peace. I want to be happy, and I'm not gonna sit here just because I want to get paid at the end of the day. No. Then I become a miserable person. I become a miserable mother to my son. So no ways. She's not gonna do that to me. So then I texted them, the managers in that group. Then I told them that I'm not coming back. Tomorrow I'm coming to bring the key. So we all had keys if you are opening the shop. So I'm like, I'm gonna bring the key. Then I'm done. I'm no more working here because I feel like no one wants to hear me out. No one wants to listen to me. Everyone is taking her side because the managers were even like, yeah, you are rude. I'm like, no one wants to hear my side of the story. I don't get it. Like, she's always right. Like, even when she complains about us doing wrong, Temba and I doing wrong things, they wouldn't even want to hear what we are saying. They didn't want to hear. So I'm just like, you know what? These managers must stay with their supervisor that they love so much. I must just leave for my own peace. So guys, that's how it ended with the internet cafe job. And I went there, dropped the key, and that was the end of it. I'm like, no more going there, no more doing that again. And the lesson that I've learned, right? We have officially come to the end of the video. The lesson that I've learned from this story and what I've experienced is the fact that always choose your peace. I understand that sometimes people may say that like you don't have a choice, you have to stay there because at least you get something, you get paid, it's better than staying home. But at some point it messes up with your mental health, and to a point where you are angry every day. You wake up in the morning, I'm like, I'm going to that horrible place. Do you understand? So you end up being a horrible person yourself. And I was afraid of that. I'm like, you know what, I'll end up being like this girl. I'm gonna end up being bitter like her, and I'm gonna adapt her behavior. Sooner or later we're going to be fighting. I was going to have a physical fight with her, and that is completely out of character. That is not my brand. It's not me. I don't do that. I don't violate people in any manner. I don't hit people. I don't get into physical fights. No, I'm not that girl. So she was turning me into that girl, and I'm like, no ways, I'm not gonna let this happen. She was pushing me, and she was doing it intentionally. So that's the lesson that I've learned, that always choose your peace. Regardless of the situation, always choose your peace. And your peace, we might not have the similar situation. Some of you, I don't know like what kind of situation you might find yourself in, but my advice for you is always choose your peace. And if your peace is continuing to work there, but trying to be silent and not involving yourself in drama, that's okay. If your peace is staying at home and saying, you know what, I'm done, that's okay. But all I'm saying is always choose your peace. Thanks for watching this video. I'll be uploading my next story time next week, Wednesday. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and join the family. We are on the road to 100 subscribers. See you on the next one.